Well, good morning everyone, John Neal here. It's Monday the 20th of September 2021 and the sun is out, the sky is blue because the last few days it's been chucking it down. But that's England for you. I've been in the middle of doing a video about colour and photography, so let me continue that theme today and going out and about. Let's see what we can see with an eye for colour. My favourite stopping off place to stop and have a chat. Well, I've set it up again actually on the top of this post, which as you can see works very well also. It wasn't even 10 quid and it's very, very good. Yeah, let me move on to this one. Put that down again. Like there's not a cloud in the sky and it's September. And that means it's a little bit more chilly, and but I was doing a video about photography for you good folks. I was looking at colour, and sometimes colour can just hit you and that's it. You just fill the whole thing with colour, be done with it. Say, look at all those colours, great. But you can use it as part of the composition as well, which I think is an important part. So when you're looking around this scenery and think, look at that, a bit of colour. And I've said before, a bit of red against green is pretty good, but yellow against blue and orange and so on, sometimes they just jump out really well. So let's press on. Only going for a short bike ride today, the usual one, about maybe 9 miles, but you just got to strike while the iron is hot, make hay while the sun shines, go pedalling when the weather's good enough. Here we go. Lovely. Now I could do this shot straight on. I'm going to use that red door as a feature in this video shot. I could put it central, but it's a bit more interesting. Just turn it slightly and go that way. Well, sometimes like today, I can't see a lot of dazzling colour jumping out at me. I mean, front doors and cars or people's clothing might stand out, but if you can find something, which I've got here, some flowers, so I could possibly do it right in the middle. But if we lean on some of the other ideas that we had, we could do it like this, and this wall is now bringing us into this picture. In a way it's splitting the image left and right, but if I put the flowers to the side there, I think that's probably going to do it. Let's have that one. I'm just walking down the street a little way. There's this wonderful climbing plant, an ivy of some sort. It's a creeper on the side of this building. Now I can put it central, I can put it left slightly and up, give us the road leading in. Try and ignore the dustbins, but that's a nice picture. Let's do it. Now then, when we say colour, we might actually mean no colour. In other words, black and white. And if you've got a scene like this, look at these trees at the back. I cycle past these pretty often, and they're stark and shapely and quite majestic in their skeletal form. That's poetry for you. Anyway, yeah, why not do a photograph of these, but make it black and white. And see this tree here? It's pretty good for a frame, so I might use that as well. But the whole thing's going to be devoid of colour, just going to be black and white. And when you do black and white, you might be thinking also of how much grey there is, how much white there is, and how much black there is. So the full range of the dynamics, if you like, of the full range of white through to black. Don't just go black and white. Okay, let's have a look. Right, so here's the trees, and this is tree shadow right in front of me as well. I could join the two up. I wonder if we could even see them both. Look there, that's interesting. It is a beautiful day. I love it. Right, along here is the canal. That's got to be, with this light, which is so bright this morning, and the shadows, the boats are going to have a, well, there's a little bit of wind, so it'll break the water surface up on the canal. The canal is basically quite dirty and filthy, but the reflections of it are always good. So let's go and have a look. But let me just take you to the top. Important transport systems for industrial Britain at the time, and now they're used for leisure. There was a time in the 50s, I suppose, they were in quite disrepair. But look at this. Let's go down on the towpath and have a look. So what are we seeing here? Lots of beautiful light reflections, as I said, the colours of the boats. Fantastic. Let's just see if we can get a decent photo from it. I must admit that boat coming through was a bit of a gem. That was lucky. Right, there's some things that I don't want to see. There's a tarpaulin right in the middle. I think I'll leave that out. There's some nice lettering, but just to the left of that, Electra, with a bit of red on it. And really nice, there's gold, and so I'm going to zoom in. I can zoom in now, or I could zoom in another time, but let me just do that and see if I can get rid of that tarpaulin on the right. That's about it, so let's try that. And I'll put the red just top right, and just enjoy those reflections as well. And with a few steps along the towpath here, we've got some trees, look, overhanging, which might form a nice frame. And I have to say, this blue reflected down here is really deep. Well, I'm just strolling back towards my bike, which, funny enough, when you turn round, you see things differently. That's something of a focal point. Don't know how much. Let's get in the shadow so it doesn't flare the camera out. And get nice and close. There's that lovely bridge at the back. Quite like that. Sorry, no colour. Maybe black and white. I do really like the colour of this reflection in the water. As I say, the water's quite dirty, but the reflections are great. So blue sky, nice and deep blue down here, but I'm going to go sideways on. Let's go portrait. And by doing so, just enjoy that deep blue and the reflection. Now, underneath this bridge, I think you'll find we've got some very nice... People don't need to blow horns going over this bridge. Stop doing it. Anyway, nice reflections here. Look at this. Very nice. You see, I think a lot of what the reference of photographs and composition and so on, they all apply to video. I mean, that is more of a still shot, but you don't get the movement of the reflections on the bridge like it. I'm just turning this way, and I've just seen quite a nice composition from here. Let me show you. There, I can see there's a nice patch of red there. Look, I'm not obsessed with red, but it does jump out nicely, and I can't see the blue tarpaulin from here, so that's pretty good. So let me go on thirds. So I'm not going to put it in the middle like that patch of red. I'm going to put it there. And then I'm going to zoom in pretty close, and that's a nice pattern, that, isn't it? So I'll put it over to one side. Should I put it up there or down there? Let's put it there. And the more we zoom in, the more chance we've got of making different compositions. I love this upside down lettering and the reflections all wobbly. Yeah, nice. And now I'm looking further down the canal. That tree has produced such a wonderful shape. The symmetry of it, it just leads your eye in. And there's somebody walking along the towpath, which is lovely. If he only had a colourful top on, it'd be brilliant. But yeah, that's going to be a nice shot. Let me do that. Yes, I quite like that. And as that boat moved forward under the bridge, of course, it produced a perfect frame. So yeah, lovely. Now the boat's gone through and churned the water up. It's far more interesting. Let's do that. Anyway, we must move on further along the road and cross the canal once again. The Ashby Canal was opened in 1804 and connected the Moira coalfields in Leicestershire with the Coventry Canal north of Coventry. Unfortunately, it became a victim of its own success because the coal mining produced subsidence which then damaged the canal. And it had to be restored in various places. It went into disrepair and then is being slowly renovated and put back into use for leisure. Well, I've cycled past this on the way down and on the way back. Yeah. Look. Bright red berries and in the sunshine. So if I go right up here, I think that would make a very nice picture. Red over here, bottom left road leading in. Let's go for that. Here to finish are some photographs I've taken that feature colour quite prominently in them, and I hope you enjoy them and hope this video has been somewhat useful, and I will certainly look forward to seeing you next time. Okay, until then, bye bye.